Like, who's off limits, though, for you? Joe?
Anybody could date Joe.
I think when she said community pink.
Hello, and welcome to Listen to Black Women. I'm L'Oreal. Of course, I have the beautiful Elle Varner with me.
It's very hard, but it's also okay to have a conversation and check your friends.
And we have some ladies to talk to. Shamika Sanders.
Sexy Red is cool, City Girls is cool, but I also listen to Anita Baker.
We have the beautiful Tahiri.
My definition of a soft life is being vulnerable, being free in my own skin.
Okay, today we're gonna talk about sisterhood and friendships, and is it okay to date a friend's ex?
No.
No.
I mean, what do you consider an ex? If somebody who was probably over 15 years ago and he really didn't mean much to you, then why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're out just dating different people, he's dated 1,000 people, he's just a community penis.
Right.
Then it's not a big deal. You know what I mean?
Like, who's off limits, though, for you? Joe?
Anybody could date Joe.
I think when she said community pink.
For me, it was more so like it was a friend that wasn't a friend anymore. And their situation was they had sex a couple times a while ago. And me and him never intended on hooking up. We did business together. And then we did business together for a few years and we were just friends. And then it turned into something more. And then I felt guilty because all along, I know she felt like it might have been something going on, but it really wasn't. So when it did come time for me to have to tell her, I kind of felt like, damn, she's already gonna think I've been lying to her all this time. And I mean, I was with him for like 8 years. So
It turned into something.
no, yeah, I was with him for a long time, so it wasn't that. No. And I'm not gonna lie, we have spoken about it since then, and she had hated me at a point in time, and she's gotten over it.
Well, things
Oh,
happen.
it always come back.
So what was something that has caused one of you ladies to have to break up with a friend?
I had a friend like bug out in front of a guy that I was dating, and it was like she had suppressed all this resentment toward me for a long time, and it was
Really?
like, this is not the place, hun. Like, let's relax. And I told her I was gonna be going on this trip with him. She invited herself. No,
What?
it was weird.
A single white female?
It was weird. I'm gonna leave it at that. It was very weird, and you know, after that, I couldn't recover from it.
So you did you tell her like you're cut off, or?
I mean, I actually feel like an idiot because I told her how much it hurt, which she didn't even deserve that, in my opinion. I really wish I had just kept it moving and cut her off, but like, I do get very vulnerable and sensitive, and like, I don't think she deserved that, personally. My dad said I should have left her on the side of the road because we were
I'm good for that.
driving back. He was like,
You
next
left-
time leave her at the gas station.
Really?
You
Yeah.
just want to decide?
Wait,
I
yeah,
even-
you're in my
Man,
car
That's
on
true.
my time.
That's true.
There's
Yeah.
friends that you can call when you have issues that could understand, that kind of live the same type of lifestyle you do. There's friends that you could do whatever with, like you could talk about anything. And there's friends that you party with, and just putting them in the proper order. You know, if some get front row seats, others get nosebleeds. It's up to you how to maneuver when it comes to friendships.
And it doesn't make them less of a friend because everybody's going through their own thing at the end of the day.
So a lot of times, you know, we mourn our romantic relationships, but then when it comes to friendships, is it the same?
I've become really guarded as of lately, just because losing a friend is like going through another type of breakup, especially when you're used to speaking to someone or you're used to like connecting with them for absolutely everything. So
I've lost friends that I've been friends with for like very, very, very long time, and I don't care. It's just like, if I'm walking away from you in this friendship, it's because you've done too much.
I hate the people that tell me I should have told you the whole time they see you around me. I should have told you she wasn't your friend. You'd be like, you couldn't tell me this whole time.
They don't
You might have been not ready to listen.
Sometimes it could also be family. It could be, you know, a sister, a cousin, and it's like, how do you tell her like she's just talking crazy about you? You know what I mean? So
When I can't go to my friends in the group chat and be like, hey girl, just because whatever, those are my worst times. It gives me anxiety. But when you're real friends, you always come back. And you also know your friend to give her that space and that time. So
Now, we often make friends with other women in the same industry as us, right? But do you feel like sometimes there's some sort of a competition, or it becomes competition when it comes to being friends with other women in your same field, in your same industry?
I mean, I think there's enough room for everybody.
That's how I feel.
Obviously, there's one number one, there's one number two, but like, no one person is gonna be number one forever.
Yeah.
I do, though, have been around certain women in the game where they preach this empowerment thing online and empowerment, but they see you and they turn into mean girls. But I try to not feed that back to people or other people in general. Like, if you treated me a certain way, I won't forget. I'll forgive, and then I'll show you a different experience when I'm up, because those people come back around. They get to experience me. Now I'm a little higher than they are, and I'm able to treat them with kindness.
I still help people, and I will still help them, but I don't let them close to me. No, it's true. No, I'll help pretty much anyone. Like, I help a lot of. First thing I'll do is be like, oh, I could put you on with. That's my thing. That's exactly
I note that I'm like, wow, she's very generous. So for me, I have to say, okay, you gotta appreciate this woman because she's hooking you up. If she needs something, you're gonna hook her up.
See, but that's somebody with a good heart. Most people are gonna be like, oh, she's generous. How can I get her to give more?
I don't think that's most people. I think that's probably the minority.
Okay, so in my experience, that's been a lot of people, and maybe that's why I don't have a soft life, right? Okay, but a lot of women now are talking about the soft life. So can we, as Black women, have a soft life?
I feel like Black women especially, I think we could absolutely have the soft life. I just think that it comes with growth and experience and who you have around you.
I think we're all capable of it. My definition of a soft life is being vulnerable, being free in my own skin, being myself around my friends, is having the support, the love, being a yogi, being able to wake up, have my coffee, smell the roses. And so I have to remind myself that it's all in your mind, it's a mindset.
Yeah. And with that, you're gonna have to let some things go. Certain people that bring out that hard knock life. I
love that.
Don't take me there.
Yeah.
Right.
And if I know you're gonna take me
Cut
there,
them off.
it's my responsibility.
Right.
You have to do the pruning.
Summer Walker's the one that got me into the soft life, right? But now there's a lot of artists out right now that they say got us into the ratchet rap, right?
Ooh, come on.
So that's the sexy reds,
Oh, God.
the Sukianas, the way they're carrying themselves, the things they're saying. Do you think that affects us as Black women? And do you like it? Do you listen? I like sexy.
I do. I listen. You have to be able to separate things. You have to be able to be like, sexy red is cool, city girls is cool, but I also listen to Anita Bae girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if I'm trying to walk through this crowd and make me feel like I got the best coochie in here, yes, I'm gonna listen to Sukihana.
But would you walk through on a leash?
No.
Because, this is something that they said set Black women back, right? When they saw NLE Chopper holding.
It's not a good example to the youth, of course. I know better than to walk on a leash out in public. You know what I mean?
Out in public?
No, I don't want to be
I know, but there's a mood for everything, and they have their audience, and there's people that can relate to that type of ratchetness. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Like, how can you take one example and define all of Black women with that?
Yes.
Like, we done been out on the front lines fighting, struggling, proving ourselves, breaking our backs for the culture. And it's like, oh, these two women got walked, and now we've been set back.
That's how they always do it, though.
Okay, and I don't subscribe to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all can have that conversation. And you have to be able to separate yourself and say, that's cool. It's not for me.
They're not Lauren Hillen.
Right.
Like,
Lauren
Right.
But she's still older. But she's still older.
Listen, Fuck Nigga Free is an anthem, okay? That is an empowering anthem, okay?
So are you okay with your daughter singing?
Saying Fuck
Possibly
Nigga
not.
Free?
Yeah.
If she was an adult and have y'all met niggas?
You can't control everything, and music is, universal, and you can do what you want to say.
I mean, the guys have been able to do and say whatever they wanted to say all this time. They just wasn't twerking. I think it's
society.
It's
Societal.
society, and it's a
society.
patriarchy, and
Right.
it's how women are always viewed as we're supposed to be
Right.
and move a certain way. The only reason men are mad at women being sexually liberated
We're
is
speaking.
because we're speaking and we're talking about when a woman has more than like one partner, then the male has to look at himself and say, well, was I the best? And if he has to contemplate that, then his insecurities arise and he's in a sunken place. And that's
Well,
what's
how would I know if
becoming
he's the best or not if I didn't have more than one?
That's true.
that
That's
is
true.
the exact point.
Okay, so now for our favorite part of the show, and this is when we introduce our beautiful studio audience. Make some noise for yourself.
Yeah.
And now it's time for them to ask a Black woman a question. All right, now introduce yourself, please.
Hi, my name is Anais. So I've been really enjoying the conversation surrounding friendship. My question is, when you are someone who is intentional about elevating, you have people in your circle who are kind of comfortable where they are, and they have the whole do good but not better than me mentality. How do you know when to extend grace to feel like as if maybe the friendship just needs a little redirecting, or if it's time to just be like, cut it.
Redirect
Cut it.
what?
Like, you know,
Is your
how do
natty
you know
messed up?
when to like cut it off?
Don't
or
ask
just
me, 'cause you
extend-
know I'm gonna say cut 'em off.
No, you cut them off.
Lori,
No,
she
no,
was born with
no,
scissors.
no, you cut them off.
Yeah, you cut him off, right?
GPS redirecting what? That friendship is done.
That's what I believe as well.
I believe in that. Like, if that's sign of jealousy, competitiveness, single
Come on
white
now.
female-ish, everything it's not a good sign. It's already a problem.
That's
I
tough.
say put them on ice.
Nice
Yeah.
for what? So they can come back and eventually hurt
Well,
you?
because people change.
Yes.
Oh.
Thank you.
People are going through, like you
I
said
believe
this
people be
before.
going
I
through
believe
their
yes,
own-
that's
they're
that's
going through their
fine.
own
I believe
stuff.
in that. It's not about judging anybody, but there's certain things that you just can't have around you, and that's that negative energy, because it's only going to drag you down.
Yeah.
I had a friend admit that she was jealous of me, and it actually helped our friendship too.
Oh, you so sweet.
But
That's what I
that's
feel
different.
like.
That's
That's what I
different.
feel
If they
like.
come out and flat out say it's
But I had
jealousy,
to ask.
But listen,
that is.
That takes balls.
Everyone has been jealous.
I would
or
respect
envious
that.
or
Yes, I have
some
been
at some
jealous.
point in their life.
Of
And I
what,
think
J-Lo? Like, I'm looking at somebody I don't know, but my friend, I want
shouldn't
her to
be that
win.
jealous.
no,
of
but
your
I
friend.
think it's just you have to get to the root of the situation, and I do
I've
think it's a
never
good
looked
point
at someone who
about
said, "I want what
character.
they have."
No, but
Yeah.
that's not necessarily what jealousy means.
Okay.
But
Well,
no, but
whatever
I
it
think you
is.
said something great about character, though. You have
Character.
to know who this person is. Like, if
Character.
this is someone who you've seen do everybody dirty in their life, but if there's someone who you've seen, they may just be, in a space.
I agree with that. Okay, so we're gonna take another question. Introduce yourself, please. And I like your look, by the way.
I'm Oliver Luke, repping Brooklyn.
Hey.
Put it out there. Hey. So my question to you, L'Oreal, and the beautiful panel. You guys talked about sisterhood, and I'm nowhere near a woman, but I sometimes notice that there's not always a strong solidarity. How do you combat that? Do you check other friends? Like,
I'm gonna let Al take that.
Yeah, I think if you care, you do, because it's holding someone that you love accountable, and it honors you as well. Like, hey, that wasn't okay with me that you did this, or hey, sis, you're slipping. It's because you don't want to pass judgment, and people really are gonna do what they want to do anyway.
True.
But I think that as a good friend, it's hard. It's very hard, but it's also okay to have a conversation and check your friends.
Yeah.
But has anybody ever checked you, one of your friends, and you were offended?
For sure, because you're into your feelings sometimes, depending on what the situation is or what they're checking me about. You get into your feelings, but then you have to, in retrospect, you look back and you're like, you know what, thank you. It's
Yeah.
appreciated. I don't want yes people around me anyway.
Yeah.
So it's important, it's necessary.